Hey everyone, the most common question I get is, McBays, what's the difference between gold and plat? Or, McBays, any tips for getting to plat from gold? Stuff like that. I hate these kinds of questions because there's no single answer to them. Platinum players don't do one specific thing better than gold players, and gold players don't do one specific thing better than silver players. Now, there's some gold players that do things better than some plat players. But with that being said, I have noticed something all low elo players don't do properly, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Also, it's worth noting that the home of content like this, which is designed to get you out of low elo and fast, is skill capped. It's the best place to learn because we teach you how to climb out of your elo, not play like a challenger where the game is totally different. There's a reason the games in high elo streams and pro play look nothing like the games you play. We teach you the best strategies from the games you're actually in so you can climb fast, guaranteed. Check us out after this. I'm going to be going over a game where I was playing Yone vs Set on a Smurf in low platinum MMR, but the concepts I'm going to go over apply to any champion. So with that being said, let's just get started. In this game, I brought Flash TP while Set brought Flash Ignite, so he has some cheesy kill pressure and more burst than I do, so that's something to take note of. At level 1 though, as Yone, I have a slight range advantage with my Q, so that's what I'm going to use to contest Set's last hits. Set started with W, so after he uses it, I use my third Q to go in and take a little more of his health for free. I do the same thing for the rest of this wave, staying out of Set's auto range and just poking him with Q. Then the second wave gets here, so this is when we both would be 1 minion from level 2. But he actually hit level 2 with just 6 minions, so he must have gotten experience from the invade kill the enemy team got. At this point, he should have leveled up E and immediately traded with me. I wouldn't be able to win the trade, and this completely caught me off guard. This means he actually had a lead before the lane started. But what did he do with that lead? Nothing. And that's actually the main theme of the video. 1 minion's worth of experience doesn't seem like a big lead, right? But look how it could have changed the lane completely. If Set actually used that surprise level 2, I could have lost a big chunk of health and the lane would be totally in his control. This isn't the only lead Set is going to get though, so let's keep going. After he hits level 2, I play a bit safer until I can kill 1 minion and level up myself so he doesn't have an advantage anymore. Then it's just back to using my range advantage with Q and W to poke him and continue pushing the wave. Third wave is going to arrive next, the cannon wave. It's very important I crash this wave on the enemy tower. This will make the wave start pushing back to me, it gives me a chance to recall if I need to, or ward. Basically, I have no obligation to stay in the lane if I don't want to, and this is also when junglers usually can gank. Well, when I play in low elo, I don't really ward much to be honest, I play pretty disrespectful. I kinda pay the price for that here, when I get ganked by Bel'Veth while trying to harass Set under tower. Now, to be fair, I could have survived this gank, but I miss a Q on Set. If I didn't miss that, I would have had a third Q ready, so I would have flashed the wall, then used the third Q to dash away if they tried to flash and chase me. I also should have used my E to dodge Bel'Veth's knockup. Basically, not warding wasn't the only problem. I played the gank wrong as well. Either way, I saved Flash, but Set got a kill now. Before, it was just a minion experience lead, but now he has an actual kill lead on me, so let's see what happens. I don't end up TPing back the lane, because the wave was slowly pushing to me, so I wasn't going to miss any CS. It would be fine to use TP here though, if I wanted to try and thin his wave out before it got too big, and try to prevent him from recalling. I didn't think I'd be able to do that, so I didn't use it. Want to get back into lane, let's look at the scenario. This is a common one. Set has a level lead and a big minion wave. He needs to crash the minions and reset to spend his gold he got from killing me. Then he can start snowballing. My one chance to prevent the snowball is by stopping him from crashing the wave and forcing him to overstay or take a bad recall. I can't actually do this though if he just stays with his minions, as his wave is too big. So I walk up and start looking for some poke when he goes for these last hits. Set decided to just go in here, which is exactly what I wanted of course. If he's chasing me like this, he doesn't have that big minion advantage as he's not near them. And by using my Q to the side of him to bait out his W, he completely misses it and I win the trade. You might be wondering how I won the trade if we basically lost the same amount of health. But it's because Set relies on cooldowns way more than Yone does, and I didn't use my E, my big cooldown. Set used his E and W, which are 16-second cooldowns each. Now he needs to crash another minion wave before he can base, but he doesn't have the cooldowns to defend himself after losing all of the health. But he does have a cannon wave coming, so he could just sit way back and wait for it and his cooldowns, then walk up to crash it. I know this though, so I go in right away and use my E to look to finish him. He tries to flash, but since I saved Flash earlier, I flash and finish him off. Alright, so Set made 2 of the most common mistakes and problems I see in this elo. They go hand in hand. Like I said earlier, you guys don't use the lead you get properly at all. Almost any time the enemy laner gets a lead on me, either from a gank or me messing up, it's thrown in under a minute. The issue here was Set didn't have his priorities straight. He should have known that he had gold to spend and that he needed to just focus on getting the wave crashed without dying so he could recall. If he just stood with his wave, I would never be able to do anything to him. Literally, he just had to walk with his minions. But he got baited into fighting me when I walked up as soon as I got back into lane. Actually, I just made a video a week ago where I was playing Yone against Warwick top, and my jungler ganked top lane and the enemy Warwick turned it and killed us both and got a double kill. And the first thing he did was run to bot lane and let me push top lane and catch up for free, throwing his entire lead. Then I turned the lane around and snowballed on him. Like I said, it's normally in under a minute you guys throw your lead down the drain. Now, I'm going to show you the difference between us. I don't have a kill lead on the set, but he doesn't have TP, so I'm going to crash this wave and reset to spend my gold, and this will give me a slight experience lead. When I get back to lane, the minions are slowly pushing to me, but I don't want this. I know I have a slight experience lead, but if I let Set push into me, he could get level 6 before me. So I first bait out his E with good spacing, then start working on pushing the wave the other way. Alright, at this point, I'm one minion from level 6. Notice how there are a bunch of low health minions in front of me, and I'm not killing them. This is because I know Set doesn't know that I'm about to hit 6. So if I can get him to try and fight me, I can level up and surprise him. The exact thing he should have done to me at level 2, remember. He takes the bait as expected, so I can just use Q and W to hit him and kill the minion, which levels me up. I go all in using my ult right away and get an easy kill with my level advantage. You see what I mean? These concepts apply to any matchup. You should know every single game exactly when you're going to hit level 2, 3, and 6 at minimum. You should know every level up, but start with those as they are big spikes as you get another ability at those points. Because I actually used my experience advantage, I get a big kill here, which is going to start the snowball. It's going to get really bad for Set from this point. I shove the wave, take a tower plate, then recall to spend my gold. When I get back to lane, I'm not just going to mindlessly fight the Set, because this is another common point where players throw their leads, when their ultimates are down. Set didn't have his ult when I killed him, as he was level 5, but now he's level 6, and my ult is on cooldown. So I'm not going to give him the chance to use that advantage against me. Instead, for these next 40 seconds that my ult is down, I'm going to play a little safer. I'm still going to contest his CS and act like I will kill him, but I won't actually all in and give him the chance to ult me. It's basically fake aggression, and it works very well against players that don't actually know what they're doing. Set should actually be very confident here, since he should know he has an ult advantage, but he's letting me scare him into sitting back like this, giving up CS. As this cannon minion starts to get low, I walk up and start trading with him, since I knew he would use his W on it with no grit, which is his most important cooldown. I'm not actually fully committing here though, as I don't use E, and if he ults me, I can always use my third Q to get out. He should have just walked up to the cannon and fought me, then used W to actually trade with me, but since he was too scared and used W to get it, it left him open to that trade. My ult still has 15 seconds on it though, so while the wave is frozen pushing to me, I continue the same game plan. Zone him off CS, but don't do anything too dangerous until my ult is up. Alright, now that my ult is up, he has no real advantage over me except Ignite, which isn't enough when he's behind like this. So I'm going to break this freeze and instead make it slowly push towards him. I could keep it frozen, but that's a common noob trap. It was good to keep it frozen while my ult was down, as I was denying him CS without it being dangerous. But pushing and pressuring the tower and looking to dive will always be more impactful if done successfully. You get plates and put a lot of pressure on the map, which is the most important part. To get it to slow push to him, all I had to do was trim his wave down so that the waves were even. Then the even minion rule will kick in. Even minion rule is, when the waves are even, whichever side of the lane they are on, they will start slow pushing the opposite way. The waves were even and on my side, so now they will slowly push towards Set and create a big wave for me. This is the standard first step when looking to snowball, create a slow push. Step 2 is to look for a trade to chunk them while slow pushing like this. The enemy top laner should never give you this, but they do every time in low elo. They could just sit back and wait for the wave to push in. Now that he's chunked, I want a hard push in case he's recalling and force him to stay so I can look for a dive. Once the wave is cleared, now I just want to pressure him under tower as much as possible. It's alright to take a tower shot or two. This pressure makes him try to fight me since he realizes he's just getting poked down. But there's no world ever he kills me, even with Ignite. So I get another kill. Every kill that I get, it gets even worse for him. Just one slight overstep, and it turns into a full punish and kill without needing my ult. This is what snowballing looks like. Notice I always recalled and got my gold spent. I never gave Set a chance to get back in the lane once I had a lead. Alright guys, so if you want to separate yourself from the players in low elo, you have to stop with the throws when you get a lead, and learn to actually snowball these leads. A lot of top lane matchups become unplayable for one side when one of the champions get a lead, and it's not as hard as you think to actually push it.
Alright, before we wrap this up, let's tell you a little more about Skill Capped. So we offer a 5 division rank up guarantee, and think that's a pretty crazy thing to offer. It's like a gym membership guaranteeing you'll get ripped. Your local gym would go bust if they offered that, right? Not us. We've offered this for years because our service really does work. It works so well, in fact, that we're able to produce by far the largest catalog of premium league guides on the internet. We add over 20 videos a week with over 2,000 guides curated into over 270 courses. No one can compare. We've also sent challenger players into elo hell over 1,100 times and counting, where they commentate how to carry live. They also respond to all questions asked. Sign up today for as little as $6.99 a month to improve fast and get the rank you've always wanted. The link's in the description below. But that's going to bring us to the end of this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.